Voters in New Hampshire are streaming into the polls for the second big test in the race for the White House and the first primary in the nation. The latest CNN WMUR tracking poll shows Democrat Bernie Sanders with a 26-point lead over Hillary Clinton. Republican Donald Trump is maintaining the lead he's held for months, but Marco Rubio is nipping at his heels, although his performance at the last debate could hurt him. Now, the primary in New Hampshire is expected to sharpen the race on the Republican side, so the candidates are really under pressure to prove they should stay in the fight. Here's our Sara Murray.
Hours ahead of the first votes, name-calling in the GOP reached a fever pitch.
She said he's a That's terrible. Terrible.
Donald Trump repeated a voter's vulgar jab at Ted Cruz Monday night. And the frontrunner was relentless in attacking Jeb Bush throughout the day.
We have to get rid of the Bushes of the world. Jeb is a lightweight.
Jeb is having some kind of a breakdown, I think. And, look, he's an embarrassment to his family.
Bush continuing the battle, trading insult for insult after tweeting at Trump, "You aren't just a loser, you are a liar and a whiner."
Well, he is a whiner. I'm a joyful warrior.
Imagine a guy like Donald Trump, for example, being president of the United States during difficult times.
Now, in the final hours, candidates are vying to win over legions of undecided New Hampshire voters. Marco Rubio trying to bounce back after a debate gaffe, repeating the same phrase 4 times Saturday night, something Chris Christie is capitalizing on.
You're sitting across the table from Vladimir Putin. You don't want to repeat the same thing 4 or 5 times over again.
But awkwardly, Rubio repeated himself yet again Monday night during a stump speech.
We know how hard it's become to instill our values in our kids instead of the values they try to ram down our throats. It's become harder than ever to instill in your children the values they teach in our homes and in our church instead of the values that they try to ram down our throats.
This as Trump downplayed his wide lead in the final polls before today's primary.
I hear we have a lead. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Who the hell knows what the lead is?
After admitting his ground game fell behind in Iowa, his campaign has been playing catch-up.
Hi, how are you doing?
On the snowy eve of the primary, Trump made a final push in his unconventional style.
If you're going to drive like a maniac, do it tomorrow after you vote. And I promise I will come and visit you in the hospital. I promise. All right?
Well, Democrat Bernie Sanders has a strong lead in New Hampshire, which is right next door to the senator's home state of Vermont. So the Clinton campaign is digging in and preparing for what could be a long road to the nomination. Senior Washington correspondent Jeff Zeleny has the latest from both camps.
You look beautiful. It's your turn, New Hampshire.
Thank you, New Hampshire.
Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders delivering last-minute pleas.
This is an important milestone in this campaign.
And 11th hour pitches.
I'm here today to ask your support to join with us in making that political revolution. Thank you all very much.
The first in the nation primary will set the tone for the rest of the campaign and help determine just how long that will be. A strong Sanders win will guarantee a long Democratic race ahead.
The eyes of the country, and a lot of the world, by the way, will be right here in New Hampshire.
The Clinton team bracing for a tough night and a possible campaign shakeup if things don't go well tonight.
We're going to take stock, but it's going to be the campaign that I've got.
CNN has learned much of the discontent is coming from allies of Bill Clinton, who believe the campaign underestimated Sanders. On election eve, the former president held his tongue, or tried to.
Sometimes when I'm on a stage like this, I wish we weren't married, then I could say what I really think.
The race hinges on New Hampshire's famously fickle independent voters and whether they will choose their heads or their hearts. Beth Riley came to a Bernie Sanders rally.
I really love Bernie. I mean, he says all the things that we would like to have this country be so much better.
But says she'll vote for Clinton.
I'd love it if he could win. But I think I'm probably going to go with Hillary because I think she can win.